Hello and welcome to episode 431.
He got the
431.
number right.
I got
Let's
it.
go.
Bam.
I was literally waiting. Like I actually went back and looked at last week's before coming on. I was like, what was it last week? Because I want to know the number. So because I never know either. And then when you're always like, I feel like half the time I'm on the show, you're like, welcome back to episode. I don't know. It's in the hundreds.
It's in the many hundreds. Fran always knows it. I don't know how he knows it. He just has a
I don't know.
mind for it, I think.
He does.
It's his
He really
producer
does.
brain.
That's exactly what it is. Brian, I got a question for you.
Okay.
If you were the CEO of a game development company, and you had like sky's the limit budget, and you had the green light to remaster any game from your childhood, what would it be?
Remaster.
Fully remaster, current tech. What would it be?
Castlevania 1.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I think with like modern like Soulsborne style gameplay, that game could be really cool using like the classic kind of monsters, like
Yeah.
like the Frankenstein and the Dracula and the Mummy. Like that could be just like a good fun time. But we're not going to take it so seriously as a Dark Souls game. We're going to have some fun with this, right? And we're going to use that
Sure.
classic Castlevania music, but with like fully orchestrated. We're going to get some cool art. We're going to go full boat on like the exploring this place. Like I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I respect that.
What's yours, DV?
I don't know. You remember I was thinking about this earlier. Did you ever play the Strider games on PlayStation?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's a series that could translate well. Like you think about what like Prince of Persia's recent what's the name of it? The side scroller that was really good.
Yeah. What was it called? Lost.
What's it?
I can't remember. It was Prince of Persia. I'm not too
Yeah,
sure.
But yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you think about Strider kind of brought up to that sort of a caliber. I think that could work.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I almost got my childhood game remastered with Perfect Dark, but they just got closed down.
Oh no.
Wow. Childhood dreams
Yeah.
shattered by Phil Spencer.
Man, I love 007 and I love Perfect Dark even more.
What was
007
the-
was amazing. Perfect Dark was
Oh,
a
yeah,
different
yeah.
beast, I thought. Like it's made by the same people.
I thought it
but-
was an evolution of perfection. I love Perfect
Yeah.
Dark. I thought it was great.
What was
Yeah.
the name of the game? I think it was 64. But it was like a duo, it's a guy and a girl and a dog fighting aliens. Unlock new weapons as you
This sounds like
go.
a fever dream.
Jet Force Gemini?
Yes, thank you. Yes, Jet
Was
Force
it?
Gemini.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the one. You remember that one? Oh, what a banger of a title, dude.
Oh my
Just
god,
so-
what a pull, Mylan.
I know. I respect that, dude.
Do you know why? Do you know why Jet Force Gemini is in my head? And
Why?
maybe you're the link here, TV, because I
Could be.
started playing Grounded
Yes.
off stream because Grounded 2 is coming out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And I never played Grounded, and you've been banging on about it, and my brother loves it, and so we've been hanging out and playing some Grounded. And when you destroyed the bugs in Grounded, I was like, Chris, do you remember Jet Force Gemini? Like this like when the bugs explode, I was like, this
Yeah.
reminds me of when we used to play Jet Force Gemini. So that was like both things in my head at the same time.
That's right. I love that. How you feeling about about Grounded? You liking it?
I reckon Grounded is probably one of the best survival crafting games
Totally agree.
made. Yeah. I think the complexity of the system, the combat, the builds you can make, the atmosphere. I don't know, like, I know it's highly regarded. I don't know if it ever got kind of the spectacle that it probably should have got with its release. So I hope it kind of gets there with Grounded 2 because it is
Felt like a
Totally.
slow
a
burn. didn't
really
it?
good
Like,
entry into survival crafting. And yeah, the only thing I wish, because I really do like the combat, I wish it had like a dodge. I don't know if they're adding dodge to the combat, but I feel like it would just make it perfect in my mind. Because
Yeah.
they've got like the parry and the block system and the build crafting
right.
and like the perks and stuff. And like there's lots of other complexities there and the bosses are cool and the spiders are cool and like all that. I was like, I just want to be able to just a little dodge, just every now and then be able to dip out of like combat. But it's a good game. for sure.
I love that it's because I feel like not a lot of big studios ever tackle survival genre games. You know, like they're always going for live service games and shooters or whatever it may be. And most of the popular survival games are like one man development team. It's just like, oh, it's just a dude in
Yeah,
his
they're usually on the
basement.
lighter side. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
I
like
mean, Dune Awakening is probably the most biggest one recently.
sure.
Um, that's got, but you know, I'm going to
But yeah,
offend people here. I think Grounded has way better systems for survival crafting than Dune. Dune's got the world and the universe, but like for survival crafting genre, like I think Grounded is much more complex.
yeah. I think Obsidian knocked it out of the park, and I love seeing a studio of their caliber take that genre on because I've always been a fan of survival games.
Yeah, I also like didn't really. It had a different vibe than I expected, and maybe that's what put people off. I was kind of like, "Oh, this is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This is like going to be a little bit kidsy." Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But
Sure.
like, it's much closer to Stranger Things than it is to like Honey,
Yeah.
I Shrunk the Kids. Do you know? Like, it's got a
Yeah.
weird. It's got
You're
that
right.
'90s, late '80s, like synth weird vibe going
That's
on.
right.
That game got
So yeah,
carried
it's
by word of mouth, right? Like it came out, and I don't think
yeah,
it did
yeah,
super great like day one, but so many people were
yeah.
talking so highly
Slowly
about it.
built.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I do think
Science.
so yeah, that stuff's really cool too. Yeah. So
Yoked girth.
I'm glad they've kept some of that for number two because then they said it's set in the '90s, I think, or like mid '90s. So they've still got like all the bright like fluoros and
That's
that kind of
right.
vibe going. Yeah, yeah. So it's not too much later. Uh, I think Granite 2 is gonna pop off. I think
I'm
it
so
will.
excited, man.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I think
When's that
Granite
coming
1 was
out?
a quite end of this month,
And
like a couple
yeah, end of
weeks.
Oh,
July.
that's right around the corner. Man, this is
Yep.
kind of quietly a awesome month. Like it's backloaded, but this month's got a lot of big releases that I'm really excited about.
I mean,
Yeah.
literally tomorrow.
What else
Well,
is
in like a few hours actually, because it's, not our time zone. But we've got the brand new season launching for Marvel Rivals, which is pretty big. Brand new
Oh, I
map
didn't know
to
that.
play on, brand new
really?
character, brand new team up abilities, new battle pass, new skins, new free events to play to unlock stuff as well. So that all drops in just a few hours. So pretty excited. But we get
Uh,
Jean Grey. Remember Jean Grey, the Phoenix from
mhm.
if you were
Mhm.
a comic reader or if you watched the movies, Jean Grey was the main character in the original X-Men movies that came out when we were young. So yeah, she
Isn't
comes
she like one of
tomorrow.
the most powerful X-Men, Jean Grey?
Yes.
And
Yes.
like, what's the ultimate do? Just blow up the whole map and everyone's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
universe
she's kind of
size.
so her whole
Universe is
kit
dead. No win.
her whole kit is kind of like scorch stacks in Destiny, like applying scorch stacks, and once you accumulate so many, there's a
Yeah.
detonation. Yeah, and it does
Right.
AoE damage. So that's kind of her whole vibe is stacking fire stacks on people until they blow up and spreading it throughout the crowd. She's real crowd control heavy. But her ultimate has the ability to like just completely erase all summons from the battlefield. So, like maybe one guy put a turret down, another guy's got his healing runes up. You've got squids hanging on walls shooting laser beams, and she just says, all of it's gone. We're taking all that crap off the field." So that's a big deal because there's no counter to summon heavy team comps right now. So to have that as an option is a really cool thing. So I'm looking forward to
How is Marvel Rivals going? Like, how's the community going? Like, it's been a while now since release. Like, everyone happy? Is everyone starting to revolt like normally happens in video games?
I mean, you get that every season. So their approach to like seasonal content is, I would say, it's pretty similar to Destiny in the sense that a lot of times what they'll do is they will nerf certain things so that a new meta can,
Right.
be prevalent for the next few
Yeah.
weeks. So we've gone through lots of different iterations of the meta in Marvel Rivals. We've had metas that were really heavy on divers, right? The guys that zip in, do big damage, and zip out.
Spidey, yeah.
Yeah, we've had metas that are really flyer heavy, like the Iron Man and Storm and Ultron up in the sky shooting stuff down. So I'm excited to see where we go from here. Phoenix is a flyer. Jean Grey slash Phoenix is a. It's kind of cool because she's got like two
Oh,
entities
she like
wrapped in one.
flips. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So there's like Jean Grey, but then there's also this like ghost fire version of her that sort of hovers next to her. And then when she does certain abilities, they trade places and the fire one sort of takes over. Kind of a cool thing. But then
Mhm.
we get Blade August
Whoa.
8th, I think. I think it's August 8th. Yeah, we get Blade. And so
Voiced by
everyone's really
Wesley
excited
Snipes.
about that. I wish that would be really cool, though. That would be really cool.
Yeah, the lines are like, what tax? Didn't he go to jail for not paying tax or something?
So my grandparents told me a story about Wesley Snipes. I don't even know if it's true. I just choose to believe it's true. But apparently he was driving a motorcycle at like 150 miles an hour down the highway in Florida, and the cops
Okay.
started chasing him. So he started like his pockets were filled with little packets of cocaine. So he just started like, like tossing
He's
them.
like the cocaine Santa.
So the reason they told me this is because I was such a big fan. I'm like, I don't know. You're not like dissuading me from being a bigger fan of Wesley Snipes here.
Does he have a Patreon? Where can I support him?
Yeah, allegedly. I don't even know. Like, I heard that story secondhand from my grandparents, so I don't even know. if it's
That's
true.
great.
Wesley
story.
Snipes convicted of tax-related offense to serve time in prison.
Oh, did he go to prison?
In 2008, he was found guilty of failing to file tax returns
no.
for several years, despite earning millions of dollars.
I bet he
He was
went to like a
initially
really
sentenced
nice
to
prison, though, right?
3
Like,
years in prison and fined $5 million.
did he actually serve 3 years?
I think so.
That's
I
a
think
good
he went to-
question.
I don't know if he did 3 years. I think he
I
went
mean,
to
they
jail.
sent Martha Stewart to prison, so who knows?
There you go.
That's wild.
But
So,
they're doing
anyway,
a
mate,
new
so you're
character
gonna be able
every
to
month.
play Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
Marvel Rivals.
they're doing a
Well,
new character every month.
So okay, so tomorrow kicks off their new release like pace, their new like release schedule, like frequency of updates. They're ramping it up. So instead of having, 3 months or whatever in between seasons, they're like, we're gonna make it faster. We're gonna have new maps, like every couple months you can have a new map, you're gonna have a new character, you're gonna have new events to play. And they do like fun party game modes every season too. So it keeps things kind of fresh. I like that pacing, and if they can keep up with it, I mean, they're making bank off the game. They've got millions of players. They release brand new skins every Thursday. So it's 2 skins every Thursday. So the flow of cosmetics is good. It's free to play, but you can stockpile the currency to buy skins. It takes a while, but you can do it all for free, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, right.
I just bought the Switch 2 version of Street Fighter 6, which it comes branded like as the years 1 and 2 Fighters Edition, and it says it's got a DLC code for the DLC. And I was so pissed to find out that once I put the DLC code in, none of the costumes were included. You have to buy all the costumes separately. I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's cheap.
Did they do the swimsuit stuff? They did, right?
Yeah, I think that's out. I haven't played like a version where I've bought costumes, which I usually buy, but I'm not gonna buy them on every platform because I own 3 versions of the game. I own the PC version, the PS5 version, and now the Switch 2 version.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna buy every version. I just kind of maintain the PC version as kind of like my main.
Sure.
But
I love, while we're talking about Rivals real quick, I gotta talk about this. So they have a new swimsuit summer skin pack coming in a few weeks as well, and they've already done a couple of summer swim vibe skins as well. And everyone was getting so thirsty, like, oh, they better be for Emma Frost or whoever. But they released one for Rocket Raccoon. It's got a Hawaiian shirt, with the lei
Nice.
on. They did one for Jeff the Land Shark, and he's got a Hawaiian shirt on too, super cute. And then they showed off the ones that are coming in a few weeks. And it's like Thor in board shorts. You've got the Punisher and
surely some budgie smugglers somewhere.
Yeah,
surely.
well, so the Punisher, Budgie Smugglers, you got the
does he have like the
Speedo.
skull on the?
The skull is on the junk, dude.
Hell yeah.
Everyone's like, where's the girls? It's like, here's the Punisher. She's like, yeah, I'm totally here for it. It cracks me up.
I respect that. I been playing a lot of Mecha Break. I don't know if you guys looked into Mecha Break.
Yes, I haven't played it yet, but yeah, tell me about it. How's it going?
The mech PvP game. It's got a 6v6 mode, which is it's basically a hero shooter dressed up in mech. So you push the payload, capture the points, deathmatch, whatever. and then a 3v3 mode, which is just like an arena, first to 8 kills wins, and then an extraction mode, which is a whole different thing, which I'll talk about in a sec. But on the idea of skins, like the company that made it, they made like a waifu simulator before, so all the pilots are absolute
They're just
gooners.
stacked.
Like dream with like a scales, you know, you can scale every body part however you would like. But the dudes have got no junk in the trunk. I'm like, listen, if you're gonna cook big booties and, you know, big busts, I want to see some junk. Like they look like Destiny with the pancake asses and the flat fronts. You're like, come on now. You gotta let's get a little bit of equality in here. You like make the guys look good too.
Right?
So I'm glad Marvel Rivals has give the budgie smugglers to the swimsuit.
Yeah, let them flex what they got, you know?
Yeah. But the Mecha Break, I pissed off a lot of people. A lot.
Fun.
I actually really like the game. I played the beta. I really like the 6v6. It's chaotic. All the mechs pretty much feel really good. They all have pretty strong counters. I think after
How many
a while,
are there?
that you start off with 12.
Okay.
And then there's 3 to unlock by earning like currency.
Okay.
And there's healers, there's tanks, there's melee classes, there's mixed melee and range. Every weapon like has different damage types that does different things. Like melee bypasses shields. Some like big cannons do blast damage, which shred shields, and then like there's energy weapons that do like a mix of shield damage and whatever. There's parries in the game, so like if you activate a certain move when someone's throwing an attack, you can actually parry and stun them. Like super strong like counterplays. But unlike a lot of like Rivals and Overwatch, you know, when you've kind of got teams pushing from the general same direction, like you can flank, but usually like, you know, you have a spawn point and you rush to like the center or whatever. It's always just big open fields. Like it's just big open areas a lot of the time with some indoor areas. So it's just chaotic. Like there's people in front of you, behind you, in the air, on the ground, and it is a lot of fun. It is, you don't have to like free aim. It's the same as Armored Core. You know, like it's all about cycling your abilities and knowing your matchups. And like I'll see someone like, yep, I can take on that person. Like I've got a parry. I'll just wait for them to attack. I'll parry them. Then I'll just literally left click, right click, mouse 1, mouse 2, mouse 3, just like, you know, mech warrior the shit out of them, blow off, like, you know, just destroy them, right?
Mech warrior,
really fun.
That's a throwback.
I played the extraction part of the game, so it's PvE and PvP. There's like little mini bosses that come out. There's colossal bosses that come out that are even harder to kill, and there's other players running around, and that is where all your like mod progression goes. So similar, I'm pretty sure you did this in Armored Core, but like you'll get mods you put onto your mech that modifies all the stats, and there's like a bazillion stats. Like, oh, energy in the air, energy boost in the air, energy boost when depleted, and like you need a dictionary to work out what all the stats do. But that's where you get the stats. So you go into like the extraction mode, and you can get the stat. You can get these mods. You can mod your mech, and there's extraction points you fight over. You can go in solo. You can go in threes. I got kind of super addicted to it. I actually ended up really liking it because I quite like extraction shooters because you end up with like 1v1s. If you do solo, you're like, oh, that's like a Panaka. I can take Panaka. Like I know what they're gonna do, and I know I can counter them. And you also bring in your own kit as well. So your base hero is like your default kit, and then you can bring 2 additional guns with you. So like,
interesting.
If I'm like a melee character, I'm like, oh, okay, everyone keeps running away from me. I'll take in a sniper like energy rifle with me, so I can jump them, do some damage, and as they run off, I'll see if I can like snipe them out of the air.
Back, sure.
So there's lots of like complexity, and when you like fight really good players, you're like, holy shit, like that guy played his default kit to the crazy best ability he could have. And you get like these long battles, and then someone might retreat, or you might finish them off. The controversy with it, and the reason why I made a video, people got upset, is I decided to read Steam negative reviews because I liked it, but I wanted to like see why people didn't like it, and it was all to do with monetization. and like customization, basically.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't in the beta, and so when they added it, there's like a random shop. Like everyone gets a different random shop. So you have like eyelashes and like blush, to go on your pilot, and like different things that you buy
Yeah.
to customize your pilots. But not everyone gets the same selection. And then you could then go on to sell your look on like a player market as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
That's kind of neat.
people felt like some customization was removed from the beta and then replaced with monetization, but it's actually not quite true. And I actually got this a little bit wrong in my review. Like a lot of the stuff is still there, but people typically just don't like how they monetize. Well, that's what most of the Steam complaints are about. And the other part is you can buy the mods with real money for the extraction shooter, but you can also earn it too. So it's like I'll go into the extraction part and I will find some good loot and I will sell it for gold on the market, and I could then use that gold to buy skins with, right? So I can earn it, but you also you have to get good at the extraction mode and know what you're farming. Otherwise you don't have anything to sell in the player market. So
Sure.
it's pretty exciting from that point of view, because sometimes I'll get like a gold box, like, oh boy, like I can sell this like 300 gold in the market, which is like $7 or something. Right? Then I can like buy other stuff. But like some people are obviously going to be pretty against that. And in a true definition of pay to win, like
it sounds like work. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can bypass that system and just buy the currency and then buy the mods. I don't think it's really, people will say like, oh, it's not pay to win because there's nothing like super strong yet. But I'm of the opinion it's right on the border. And then if you get like a strong meta or like a busted mod or something like that, or a new mech that they introduce and you buy it straight away rather than grinding for it, it's like Rivals, like if there's a super strong hero that comes through and you feel like your team's always going to lose if you don't have them on your team, well then all of a sudden you've like journeyed into pay to win. So I still think it's worth giving it a shot. It's a free to play game. And you can play the 6v6 and 3v3 with literally no pay to win. There's no aspect of it that's pay to win in that part. But if you go into the extraction mode, you got to be aware that people can buy mods. However, there are some safeguards to it, like they do gear lobbies. So if you're fully decked out, it puts you in a higher lobby.
Oh,
and like
okay.
it actually gives a value to every mod you have on. So if you've got like every mod slotted with like exotic gear, you get put in the high tier lobbies. Whereas if you've got like a default kit, you get put in the low lobby. So
stop,
yeah, they do balance it out like that too. Either way, I've had a really good time with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just so much stuff I want to play this summer, and I kind of didn't see it coming.
Yeah. I also played Anthem this week. You guys hear about Anthem?
I have been thinking about getting Anthem before they shut it down.
That's right.
Anthem's shutting down.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this service was still live.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
People, it's not as an active subreddit. Like people are active in playing that game.
Yeah. Tell me about your memories of Anthem. What are your memories? Because I went and played it to check if my memories were correct of the game. But what do you remember about Anthem?
I'm gonna be honest.
Anything?
Oh yeah, because I played it on launch with some buddies, and I thought the best features were like customizing your suit, making it look cool, and the flying. Obviously, I really enjoyed just the way that it felt to fly around in an Iron Man suit was awesome. But I legitimately thought the game was not that great when it came to, actually doing campaign missions. And then what were the names of the almost like strikes? You had a little boss fight at the end. I don't remember what those
Strongholds.
Strongholds, yeah. I just didn't think they were all that great in terms of mechanics and all that business. But I don't know. I didn't love the game the way that I don't hate on anyone who thought it was incredible, right? I wanted it to be great. I wanted it to succeed, but I just didn't think it was a great game personally. It had some great things going for it, but I fell out of it pretty quickly. I bounced off that game pretty fast.
I liked a lot about it. Like you said, TV, I really like the flying aspect. The flying, I don't know if any other game has nailed like your character flying through an environment as well as that game has. Like everybody was saying they need to make an Iron Man game using this like flying system. It felt so good.
It did.
The bummer about it was that you had this like cooldown, so you could only do it for like short bursts, which was such a weird decision. but I also like the primer and the trigger system of the combat. Like I thought that was fun.
Mhm.
There was room for it to be expanded, and to me, that game felt a lot like Destiny 1 Year One, where you
Yeah.
could see the bones here. There's some cool stuff here. Some
Yeah.
people were into it, some people weren't. But I really had wished that that game had gotten like 2 or 3 years of dev support, because I think
Sure.
it could have turned into something cool.
Sure.
So pretty much after like I played for 12 hours, two streams worth.
Wow.
And the first 2 hours is pretty much that. Like you start flying and you're like, guys, we fucked up. We were too harsh on Anthem. This is the coolest shit ever. Why did we do this? And like, bro, you might have forgotten, but the whole like the overheat system, you had to fly through waterfalls
Yep.
and stuff to cool it
To
off. And
cool
then you
yourself, yeah.
you dip down and you fly along the water and the water sprays and it cools
That
you
was
off and you
cool.
can fly back off.
Yeah.
Like it is very cinematic and fun, and it did feel really good. And like you say, I haven't really had another feeling of like Iron Man flying in any other game. Abilities also, like I was playing the Storm one, which is like a caster, and like all the ultimates look good. Like I remember the big Hulk guy, just like, was it the Hulk guy? Oh no, here's like a big cannon. The main like basic bitch javelin has all those missiles that go everywhere, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, like it looks super cool, super fun. The combos at the very beginning are really fun to get, and then you realize like it's quite one dimensional if you're not getting the right combos together. Like it just fucking sucks. Like,
Yeah, there's
we're getting
prescripted ones that you need to kind of like stick to,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
against
You're like,
powerful enemies.
exactly. Like you get like a new, because all the abilities actually look really cool. You get like a new ability. You're like, oh, I want to use this. Oh, it doesn't combo with my other one. All right,
Yeah.
change that. Okay, I actually don't have the combo yet for what I need to use
Right.
these two things. I'll just go back to what I was using before. I actually really like the Stronghold, but mainly because the campaign is so fucking awful. Like
It's
the
rough.
missions in the campaign, I just quit. Like I can't handle this anymore. Like the campaign missions are all set in the open world. So very
Yeah,
opposite
yeah.
of Destiny, which would do a strike mission and then like recycle that as a strike mission, right? So you have these very curated experiences. Majority of the campaign is like fly out to point B, fly around, collect the Who's You What's It's, bring it back to like neutralize the Shaper relic. And it's just like that for 12 hours. And
It's like, did you play First Descendant? It was very much like that. Yeah.
oh man. And the load screens, I forgot. Like I spent so little time actually like between loading out of Fort Tarsus, loading into my inventory, loading into a dungeon that's in the open world, loading back out.
Yeah.
Like you spend so little time in the actual looting and shooting. It is like painful. And the campaign 100% impacted a lot of people's decisions early on, because I was like 12 hours deep and I was like, fuck this. I just can't be bothered. Do you remember that tomb mission that had the huge grind?
Yes,
Do you
I
remember getting
remember
to
that and being very angry.
tombs?
Yeah. It was like, was it in the middle or was it like 2/3 of the way through the?
Pretty much the middle of the campaign.
It was brutal. It was like a 6-hour mission or something like that.
You had to unlock 3 tombs, and it was like open world checklist.
Oh,
like
yes. No, I do remember.
Unlock
Now you
so
mention
many
it, yeah.
chests, defeat so many public events. La la la. So they did patch that. So now when you go to tomb, it unlocks automatically, and you just walk in, and it's just literally a room, and you just pick up the item, and then you leave.
Good.
And so they just completely removed the grind from it.
That's funny.
But I think a lot of the nostalgia comes from the flying, the initial feeling of the abilities. I think the strongholds are okay. The javelins, like you say, TV, like the customization, the look of the javelins, like the skins are, well, not the skins, the colors are cool. But remember, they didn't actually, you don't pick up armor in the loot. Remember, like they actually changed the physical appearance of your
you had
javelin.
to buy that, right?
You had to buy that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like Destiny, we're actually picking up armor that looks different.
Sure.
It's like, and that was like one of the big
And
issues.
it's third
like
person
loot,
too, so you're constantly looking at this thing.
Yeah, you're looking at it
Right,
for sure.
Yeah.
is the loot drop was like just abysmal. Like it didn't feel like a looter game. You got these weapons at the end of your weapons and abilities at the end of a mission, right? You couldn't even look at them during the mission. They just dropped
You don't
at the
get that.
end.
Yeah, as I say, you don't get that satisfaction of seeing something drop with the color pop up. Yeah.
When did that game release?
Well, you
Miles?
do,
Was
but
it,
then you can't look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like. Yeah.
that game was
So that's what-
pre-pandemic, wasn't it?
2019.
Yeah.
2019.
I think that's
So
one of
just
the things
barely.
that makes Borderlands so successful is when a gun drops and you see it on the ground. Like you see what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh, that's an unkempt herald right there at my feet. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
just a colored icon on the floor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It kind of gives you that satisfaction. But
And-
speaking of
and-
games that deserved better, I'm sorry, did you have
Yeah.
more to say about Anthem?
Yeah, I mean, the last thing was this was 2019, so this is just after Destiny Forsaken. This is just during like Warframe being in a really good spot too, and Division 2 released the same year. So it's like,
Yeah.
and apparently from Jason Schreier did like a expose at the time
Yeah.
and exposed like BioWare
Jason Schreier
leaders, like,
ruined that game.
he did. No, Skill Up did. Skill Up's video got
Skill Up's
2.3 million views on it. Apparently leadership was like, no, we don't talk about Destiny. Like it was taboo, and like they just didn't learn from literally all the years of learning that Destiny already had under its belt, and Warframe had already made a bunch of mistakes and learned from it, and they just
But like those two
Put out a huff.
games got years of support before they became
yeah.
great.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
One of them did anyway.
Oh,
But
Brian
like,
throwing
and that's what
shade.
Anthem needed. Anthem needed like, I mean, I thought it had a good base. I'm not saying it was a good game. I didn't say it was a good game at the time. I said I like some of the stuff this thing has, and I like
You can see
playing
it, yeah.
some of these systems. But
Yeah.
it just like Destiny 1 at the beginning, just like Warframe at the beginning, like it needed time to like for the developers to realize what they had and to realize what the players like to do and to build out on that.
Well, apparently it wasn't even a looter shooter until like the last year of development.
Yeah.
Right? It was somewhere in between some weird RPG and
Yeah.
they had flying, didn't have flying,
and
got
they
a
had
flying
all
put
those,
back
like,
in.
They had all those like summit things where they had creators come out and play and give feedback. And
That's right.
a number of those creators said they ignored a lot of the stuff because we told them a lot of these things like up front. We're like, hey, that's not going to work. And they were stubborn. They stuck to their guns, and then it didn't
Then
work.
why have people out if you're not going to listen?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, what was the purpose? What was the point?
Yeah.
You're
I
paying.
actually got a sponsorship with Anthem. It was my very first sponsorship ever.
Really?
So Mylan
And they
ruined
flew
Anthem.
me
You
out to
ruined it.
Japan. And I went to Japan to the esports center in Japan, and it was so incredibly broken. I was like, oh, what have I signed up for? They're like, don't touch anything. Don't press escape. Don't go into the options. Don't go in the setting. The whole fucking build will break. We're going to have to reset it, and you're going to miss out on your 2 hours of capture time.
Oh
and,
my God.
and I even remember, like, there were that many load screens as well. I was like, I think I only played for like 15 minutes. You know, like, I've got lots of footage of load screens.
Yeah, all right. That was me with you remember the game Immortals of Avium?
Yes.
Yeah.
I kid you not, they paid me way more than they should have, but they paid me a lot of money, and they flew me out to San Francisco, put me up in a nice hotel, and brought me into this room to play Immortals of Avium, to record gameplay footage. And they had high-end PCs there for us to record on, and the PCs were overheating every like 10 minutes, and the PCs would just shut off because they could not run this game.
Wow.
They had to like shut the whole thing down and like do a bunch of maintenance on the PCs themselves, and then downscale stuff. They had devs coming in and say, like, what can we take out of here to make this playable? And we're like, how did you guys not have a playable version? How did you not know this was a problem before?
You knew this
But
was
it
going
was-
to break. Like, it's not going to magically fix itself.
Well, and it was funny because they had us in like these rows, all these creators in these long rows with our own PCs. And so if the guy down the line from you, if his PC crashed, it would trigger the surge protector.
No.
And it would kill. What? You could see all the screens go crunch, 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 all the way down the line. We're like, no. Yeah, so it was a nightmare.
Do you guys remember the Anthem beta that was completely broken? Like, they released that beta to the public a month before the game came out, and it was broken. It was terrible.
Was it? I don't remember that. No.
I lost a hard drive to Anthem. I corrupted a hard drive.
Wow.
It crashed so often. The hard drive just fucking gave up on life. And I remember it was a new hard drive. It was a new like MVM2 or whatever it's called. And
Oh, no.
I only
really?
just got it.
Oh.
And so it was like a week old, and I took it back to the computer shop and said, mate, I don't know what's going on. It's just fucked. It's not working.
They're like, you Anthemed this.
And
I
they
smell
looked at
the
it like,
stink of
"What?"
Anthem all over this.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what happened. I returned it. And I like they plug it in and do some diagnostics. I was like, dude, this thing is absolutely screwed. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with it.
I've done nothing wrong in my life ever.
Uh,
But anyways,
Anthem.
speaking of games that I think deserved better.
Yeah.
I was really bummed. Was it last week or week before? To hear, I think it was the week before, to hear that Outriders got canned.
Outriders.
what
Outriders
is it?
2.
I had heard stuff about this. So what happened?
They said Outriders 2 was like, it was very far along in development. Like, we're talking finishing touches. Let's get this thing ready to ship, kind of a situation. And they pulled the plug on it.
Did Xbox
I was so
pull the
bummed
plug
to
on
hear
this?
that.
Who pulled it?
So I'm not sure whose decision
It's X-
ultimately it was. But did either of you guys actually play Outriders? The
A
first one?
little
I
bit.
quite liked it.
I loved
I liked
that
it.
game. Yeah, I lost money for a couple of months because I was like, I just want to break from Destiny and I just want to play Outriders. And I played Outriders like every day for a couple of months. And made content on it, even though that's not what my audience wanted. And I was like, I don't care. I'm having fun. Leave me alone. But I thought that game was so good, man. And it definitely had room to grow. One of the things they definitely needed was more combatant models, because a lot of times you'd find yourself in a room and it's like there's 50 combatants on screen, which was a really cool feeling, but it's like 3 different models, right? So it wasn't a lot of variation between the combatants themselves. That's one thing they definitely could have expanded on. The end game was actually pretty solid. You had like these different tiers and different like end game missions you could run, and each of them had scaling difficulties. I thought it was a fantastic game. I had a lot of fun with the way that they handled like abilities in general. And it was like, it kind of looks like a Division game in terms of like your perspective and how you're running around taking cover. And I think that a lot of people got it wrong in terms of just like how to play the game, because a lot of people thought it was a cover shooter and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like if you play as a cover shooter, you're just going to get demolished. You're going to get rolled. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to quit. But the way they designed the game was that like killing is healing. So if you're like a Destiny player, a lot of times, like if your health is blinking red, what you're going to do is you're going to dive for cover. You're going to try and find a place to recharge your shields, recharge your health, and then get back into combat. But that's not how they handled it. Like your shields just wouldn't recharge. Your health wouldn't replenish. Like if you had to kill. So you had to like flip a switch in your brain where you're like, I'm really low on health. I need to push the pedal all the way to the floor. And that's the way they handled combat. And it made the pace of that game just like a constant adrenaline rush. And that's why I thought it was such a good game. So anyways, to hear that they're pulling the plug on that was a bit of a bummer to me. I thought People Could Fly nailed the first one for like a breakout, game, new title, new IP. I thought they did a really good job, especially compared to some of the other new IPs we were getting at the time.
Forbes is reporting that they just ran out of money. Like it's almost finished, but they ran out of money.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, they
That's
should have
really
tried to
sad.
crowdsource it.
Yeah, something.
I'd have given them $10.
Right?
That is too bad.
Yeah. We were talking about this on stream, just like how much money it costs to make games, then it just becomes this enormous risk.
Oh, it's
Do you know what I
huge.
mean? And so
Nintendo
like,
was just talking
yeah.
about that like a couple of days ago. Everybody's been talking about how like Nintendo wants to start making smaller games because of how risky it is to make the big ones, you know? That's why they're charging $80.
That's like how Peak exists. I saw a little like mini sort of not documentary, but the devs talking about, because they had their first game was like a crab Souls-like game.
I kind of want to check that out actually.
Yeah, and it did relatively well. So then they set the bar really high, and they were working on something else for like years, and they're just like, we're just not going to recoup the costs on this. Like, it's just we're over committing on this. We need to get back to making something manageable. And they did like a game jam essentially. And I think Peak was like made in a month or 4 weeks. I think they collaborated with the other publisher for Peak, and they ended up just making Peak, and like huge success. It's like sometimes the harder you try and the more effort you put in, the more money you pull into it, like it just gets out of control to the point where EA wants 100 million players for Battlefield 6.
Which I think Battlefield 6, I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is gonna bang. But that's a bit unrealistic of a goal.
That's a lot of players.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, so
Microsoft just laid off a lot of studios or a lot of people.
Yeah.
And like I'm starting to wonder if like current AAA gaming, like AAA games, is it a sustainable model, because it's so expensive to make these things, and then like the whims of the players means, is it gonna be a flop or is it gonna be like a huge hit?
Yeah. And it is a bit of like playing the lottery, isn't it? Some titles just absolutely take off and end up. I mean, then you've got your like guaranteed. It doesn't matter what it is, it's going to sell, right? You've got GTA is going to sell. GTA 6, they made $1 billion in the first week of GTA 5 when it launched. Is that right? Isn't that right?
Yeah, something
I
like
thought
that.
they did
$1 billion.
They did $1 billion in sales in week 1, which is insane. GTA 6 is going to pop off, right? They know they're going to make their money back, which is why they're like, we're just going to delay it until it's ready, because they know their investors are like, we're not worried. We'll make our money back.
That's the smart way to do it, because you can lose that, right? It's like you can become Blizzard, who used to be the people who, made banger after banger and then stopped. And it took a while for their customer base to pick up on that, but they did. Rare was one of those companies. Who else was one of those companies? Bethesda was one of those companies. Like there's been a lot more of those companies. Yeah. I don't know. It's scary. It's scary. I do wonder. I fear for like what is going to be like the future of video games, especially with like all these reports of how like younger players are sticking with longer term games like Destiny and Fortnite for years on end and not buying as many new games. So it makes the marketplace all that much more volatile. Because if you do hit a Fortnite, everybody goes home rich, and if you make a Outriders,
you're looking for a job.
Yeah.
How do I pay my mortgage, and where am I going to get my benefits from? Yep.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Mylan, I finally jumped into Mario Kart. I bought a Switch too. It came with Mario Kart. You were so right about this game.
Was I right?
Oh my God. This game is like, it's such a nightmare because it plays really well. And I'm not like that big.
I want to play
races.
the game.
Yeah, it plays really well. It feels good. Like the characters are fun. It's got a ton of different characters. You're constantly unlocking shit. Like it's kicking that dopamine drip off like all the time.
Yeah.
But the courses suck. Like they're so bad. There's so many like
when you're doing the intermission, but the courses themselves are actually good if you get to race them properly. But
how often do you think you get to do like 3 laps around like a real course?
Fucking never.
Yeah. Like I feel like the open world design of this game was such a misstep by Nintendo, and they're backing it up. Like, did they say like a couple weeks ago, like, oh, you guys found a way to get out of doing these intermissions, so we patched that, like,
pretty much.
It is such these intermission courses. It feels like you're driving an actual go-kart on the road. You feel so fucking slow on these things, and you're just driving down straight highway. Like,
I know. I think people think that I'm exaggerating when I literally say it's a straight line.
No,
from A to B.
Like, that really is too bad.
Based on your review of the game, I never would have bought this game, right? Because I'm not a karting fan anyway. But it came with the Switch, so I just like, I'm gonna boot this up. Let's see what Mylan's an idiot. No way he's right about this. Nope, Mylan's right on the money. He's right on the money. I mean, it's too bad too. I'm sure they can patch like a better version of this game, like having like course only.
They just need a race version of the tracks. That's it.
Yes.
Just let me race the tracks.
Yeah. I don't know if it's nostalgia, but I still think Nintendo 64's Mario 64 or Mario Kart 64 had the best courses.
It was
because
great.
there were so many cool shortcuts. You know, if you like
Yeah.
took the time to find them out, like if I jump off Rainbow Road exactly at this stripe on the road off to the left, I can make the jump and shave 18 seconds off my lap time. Or
Yeah.
the Wario, remember Wario's Stadium?
No, I don't remember any of the courses. That was 25 years ago.
It was like right after the starting point. It was like hump number 2. If I pull a 90-degree power slide and then hop, I can flip over the wall and shave 20 seconds off my lap
This
time.
has
All that
got
stuff.
all that, right? When the courses are like the designed like racetracks, it's got that, and it's got like this new wall riding mechanic. So you
have you
can
seen
use
people
that.
what people can do with that?
Yeah, it's
Brian?
amazing.
Have you seen? It's crazy cool.
It's amazing.
The shortcuts you can take.
But the problem is that like you get one of those tracks. Like if you're playing multiplayer, you get one of those tracks. You don't get to choose your tracks, and it's like I feel like I'm constantly driving a slow car down a vast highway, like, and just like hoping that I get better items than my opponents, because like it's basically RNG because I'm just driving down a flat road.
Yeah, but then what happens is like when you get to higher elos, it's just about hanging back.
Yes,
So you literally you want to
that's not
hang
racing.
just at
that's
the
not
back
racing.
of the pack, and you want to get the bullet bill, and you want to get the mushrooms, and then when you go into the final lap, then you spam your items, and you like zoom to the front and you win.
Like
I
talking about
believe,
Nintendo, have you seen their new lawsuit? Victim most likely.
No.
Oh no! What is it this time? Is it like
not
a poor
not
child?
Yet, not yet. But this Animo game has been.
I did see this.
It's been in closed beta, and I've been seeing like footage of it. I'm like, bro, did you not hear they sued Power World? What are you doing?
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. What is?
It's supposed to be like Pokemon?
Oh, this is like Pokemon.
It's just. It's basically Pokemon.
Oh, now
so
I see
you
it.
Go around, you go around catching them. The catch is you can command them during battle like a normal Pokemon battle, but you can also like control them like Street Fighter 6. So you can become them and like.
Oh, so you actually control them as opposed to just like.
Yeah.
I mean, visually, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
It looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think that's why Nintendo gets mad. They're like, everyone stop doing Pokemon better than us.
Right. Which is a low bar, honestly.
They need to. I've been preaching this for years. It's like y'all gotta raise the bar on if you're gonna exclusively hold the rights to anything that's even tangentially remotely close to being Pokemon. You gotta up your game because I'm not buying them anymore.
I mean, when I look at Pokemon games that came out on the Switch, they look like PS2 or Xbox 360 games.
They're awful, man. I'm sick of people who pretend like the newest Pokemon games are good. They're not.
No, they're not good.
So yeah, that
Nemo. It even sounds like a Nintendo thing.
Nemo.
The
They what do they patent? The throwing a sphere or something to capture.
You can't throw a sphere.
Yeah. So this is not spheres, but you throw like a rectangle to capture it.
It's blue and yellow, so not red and white.
Yep. So I mean, maybe they're going down the path of Power World and like, well, Power World made millions. Who cares?
Yeah, Power World was like, yeah, we'll pay your freaking settlement. I don't care.
Right.
True.
They're like, there's only 25 of us on the team anyway. We're all filthy rich, so.
And I'm pretty sure Power World's still going strong. They're still putting out updates and patches and like.
My brother-in-law still plays it. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I played some Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. Have you guys seen this game? This is the one that's kind of like it's like a action game, but also like a kind of a tower defense thing at the same time. It's made by Capcom. It's got like this really cool art style. It's like this like Japanese mythical
You're gonna have to
spell
it for me so I can Google it.
KUNITSU-GAMI. Path of the Goddess.
Just the way it sounds.
Path of the Goddess.
Just the way it sounds.
Just the way it sounds.
Oh, we did talk. This is on Switch, right?
Yeah, this came out for the Switch too. Sadly, didn't get a physical release, but I downloaded it. You can get it in Asia off of PlayAsia. You can get a physical release there that does work on American consoles. But this game is pretty interesting because you control like a 3D action kind of dude, but also you're kind of setting up your kind of like cohorts, like
Tower
your
defense.
villagers, to kind of defend this goddess who you have to escort down this path. And it gets more challenging, and you get more guys, and you get different kinds of guys. You get like sumo wrestlers and archers and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty interesting. It's like really interesting to look at, but
It looks visually pretty,
the
engaging.
move set is a little limited for your actual character, so it gets a little repetitive. Like his combos, like maybe I got to get a little deeper. Maybe I just haven't unlocked more combos, but I haven't unlocked any more moves since I started the game. And what you start off with is pretty limited. So it really becomes a lot more about like positioning your guys right and like selecting which guys to have.
Sounds more like a tower defense game.
Right. It is. It's very much kind of like a combination of the both. And then there's also this kind of base building aspect. But what's weird is that you don't build one base. Every time you clear a level, that turns into a new base. So you have to go back and like assign roles to villagers and have them upgrade these bases, which is kind of unique and cool for the first one and for the second one and the third one. But then like you're 10 levels deep and you haven't finished like 7 of these. So after every level, you have to go to each one of these 7 levels and like assign villagers. So it gets to be like very chore like, which
Right.
Yeah,
I really
that's
want
too
to see
bad.
a second version of this where they kind of streamline it and set it up a little bit better, because it's a cool concept and it's a beautiful game and it runs great on the Switch too. But man, it is losing me hard. I haven't played it in a few days, and I just
Damn,
bad.
because I was like, you know what, my Switch 2 is pretty much a paperweight at the moment. So this might be some
You bought it just for Mario Kart and you hate it.
yeah.
literally.
I mean, you might like it more than I do. It's like it's just that I know Watts liked it quite a bit, so I'm a little sad Watts isn't here, because it might be I'm missing something, because I'm only like 5 hours deep into the game, but I'm already having like these issues where like this feels so much like a chore to go back and like build these bases up, and the combat I'm already getting kind of bored with. I was like, I don't know if this is for me. Maybe I was got to stick with it for a little longer. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I always have this discussion when it comes to like reviewing games, and whenever I don't like a game, I usually give games 20 hours before I review it. And the amount of comments I get, oh, it gets good after 50 hours. I was like, no one's playing a game that they don't
that's
like
a really,
for 50
it's a really long
hours. Like,
investment.
Yeah,
do you know?
I could be doing
And
something so much fun for 50 hours. Why would I want to?
yeah,
suffer
a
through this?
game's got to really hook you in the first 2 hours of the main core gameplay loop.
Yeah.
So maybe you played Mario Kart last week. Maybe I'll play this and I'll bring news next week. Well, actually, next week's our fundraiser.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I also picked up, I think I mentioned earlier, Street Fighter 6 on the Switch. What a great version of Street Fighter 6. It plays so good on the Switch. You can,
Does it?
yeah, you can play. I picked up like a special controller, because playing
that looks comfortable.
it's somewhat comfortable. It's not as good as my old Switch One. I'm gonna return it actually, because it was like $80 and it's got a couple issues, like when the D-pad isn't as good as it could be, and you take a capture every time you hit down because it's too close.
Oh
together.
no, yeah, I feel ya.
So it's got some issues. But like, assuming that you're not trying to use the Joy-Con, which doesn't have a D-pad, the Switch 2 Pro controller is actually fantastic. Like, might be my new favorite controller. I'm not sure. It's early to say, but goddamn, it's a really nice controller. But Street Fighter 6, it plays awesome on the Switch 2. It's so nice to have like a really nice handheld version. I played it on the Steam Deck, but it never ran good on the Steam Deck, and it looked kind of assy.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it looks great on the Switch 2. It's very convenient. I'm really happy to have it on the Switch 2 now.
Maybe I'm gonna become a Street Fighter pro using Switch 2.
You should
Speaking
definitely
of
try it. It's fun.
maybes, how many are either of you guys maybe gonna play the new DLC for Destiny? You play Fate?
Maybe not.
Most definitely not. Are you?
I would like to. Yeah, I would like to. I feel like I owe it to Bungie to give it a fair shot. I don't know if I'll make any content on it or not. I kind of feel like my Destiny content making days are behind me. That could change.
Same.
We'll see. Um, but I like a lot of the things that they're trying with this DLC. This is the first DLC I've seen that looks like they're taking some chances to try and be a little adventurous. Like the whole like Matter Spark thing, turning into a little ball. And I was looking at some of the reveal stuff they did just recently with one of their dev chats, and they had this. I remember this moment in the gameplay where it was Fire Team of 3. The guy whose gameplay they were showing was Last Man Standing, and it was like a Vexy sort of a situation on Kepler, and he needed to go revive a teammate who was on the other side of like this laser grid, and he like turns into the matter spark and bounces right in between the two of the laser beams to get to the other side and to exit out of the matter spark and revive his teammate. And I don't know, I saw that and I thought, like, they're trying some stuff here. Like, they're trying some stuff, and I respect it. I do like the whole, I gotta say, like the cinematic trailers with the guy with the big glasses. You know what I mean? I look at that and I think like Remedy games, because
Yeah.
it has this
Yeah.
like office space vibe to it as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're trying to explore some other genres, and they're trying to deliver their content, but with new lenses applied to it. And so because of that, if it was just another Destiny DLC, you know what I mean? Like I probably wouldn't check it out. But I I feel like I owe it to them to give it a fair shake if they're gonna take some chances on some new delivery, styles.
I would be interested in you playing it and telling me what you think.
Well, have you been following at all like Raffle Waffle's journey through Destiny?
No.
Okay, so long story short, there's a huge streamer who's been doing a lot of Destiny stuff lately. Blind.
Oh yeah.
Like
I think it popped up on my
never played any Destiny before, went into it blind, did all the raids blind. Um and yeah, I think it was just last night maybe or early this morning. But in one of his streams, he just kind of broke down where he was at with the game. I thought it was really interesting. I wanted to get some of your input on this because you are both former Destiny players. But the summation of his argument was, if I walk away from Destiny, it won't be because of Bungie or the game itself. He was like, I think that this game is good. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. The content is exciting. The raids are thrilling for a hardcore gamer like me. And doing them blind has just been such a treasure and a joy for him and his crew. But he was like, if I walk away from Destiny the game, it will be because of the community. He's like, he was like, there are great people in the community for sure, but there are so many loud voices that are just constantly negative, and he said, frankly, weird. There's a lot of weirdos, and it's just making it not an enjoyable space to be in publicly. If it was just offline, sure, he would enjoy the game more. But he said the people themselves are the ones that are making him feel like, okay, it might be time to move on, which is a shame to hear. But as both of you are former Destiny players, did you ever feel like the community was a variable, or at least a factor in
It
your
became
exodus?
so as time went by. At the beginning, the Destiny community was amazing, especially having come away from the Call of Duty community. Because like I went directly from Call of Duty to Destiny, and the Destiny community was amazing. It was supportive. It was like people were, I don't know, you remember like in Destiny 1, you're running around just doing loops around an area, collecting materials to upgrade your stuff. You jump into voice chat with somebody who's on the same line, and you just start talking about Star Wars or some random stuff,
Uh,
and they end up on your Xbox friends list or your PlayStation friends
sure.
list. The beginning, it was amazing, but it got, as people got sick of the game, because I think that's what mostly happened, right? Is people just, after you put thousands of hours into something, you're just gonna get sick of it. I think people just wanted too much. I don't even know what it was. Why it got toxic. Some of it was creators. There were some really toxic creators that got really popular, and like that
Yeah,
spawned
there's no
some of
doubt
it.
about that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people who are like, "Why don't you do more collabs?" It's like, because I came out of the Destiny community. I
We used to have
collabed
a
with too
guest on
many
the show every
people.
week, and we just stopped because one day I had to go through and delete episodes of just shitty people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I think, I mean, it's pretty much why I stopped making Destiny content. I mean, obviously it dipped down like views wise and was having a financial impact, but also it was just felt like you could never please the player base. Like they were simultaneously unhappy with the game but didn't want to move on. So it's like you're just
Yeah.
in this constant turmoil where if you be positive, you'll get highly critical people like, oh no, you gotta like you fuck Bungie. It's like, yeah, but and then if you be negative, then you get the other side, which is people just like, oh, I just want to play my game and have fun. I just never felt like you could really win. And
Yeah.
People like, especially with the live streams, my live streams, I just people go, oh, you gotta play Destiny. I was like, I'm not playing Destiny live stream because it is some of the worst experiences because you just get those both sides of the community coming in and just off topic. You either get the Bungie hate, the Destiny hate. It's the only game I play, but I still hate it. And then you get people that just want to chill out and have a good time, and they just fucking clash in your stream for hours on end. And you're like, all right, that was an awful stream. See you next time.
But that's not why I stopped playing Destiny. I stopped playing Destiny because I got sick of it, right? Because I just
Yeah.
flat out, like, it was just, I've been doing it for so long. I was just like mentally done. Like, I'm checking out. Like, I wanted to see the 10-year story through.
Yeah.
And that was like I knew going into that Final Shape DLC, like, this is the end of my Destiny journey, like, for sure.
I also, to give like Destiny, you know, it's not specific to Destiny, but after playing a bunch of different games, like I've seen similarities in other communities. I just think Destiny's been around for longer and there's just a little bit more vitriol for the people who are unhappy and still there
Yeah.
than something else, you know?
Do you think there's anything that Bungie could have done to foster
Yeah, I think
maybe
so.
a more
Sure.
positive community, especially during the
I
tough times of the game?
if you look at something like Warframe, it's night and day with how they talk with and interact with their community and listen to feedback. And I think that is definitely a part of like the Destiny community ecosystem and people being generally unhappy. Um, I mean, it's a complex topic to try a community and get them happy about a game. But if you
Yeah.
look at something like Warframe, people are just happy to be there. Like when I played Warframe, the toxicity was just almost zero. It really was. And that game's been around for longer than Destiny.
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah,
a
I
looter
would
shooter.
say like from the outside looking in, like Warframe seems to have a community that's just excited when people like the game the way
Yeah.
they like the game. They're
Yep.
like, yes, 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 this thing is
Yep.
awesome. I'm so glad you like it, like I
Yep.
like it. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's sort of
And
the
they don't
impression that I
really
get.
attack you when you leave it either. I mean, they might pest you a bit, like, "Are you going back to Warframe anytime soon?" But they're like, do you know, like,
Yeah,
they are legitimately happy and excited when streamers step into Warframe and give it a shot.
yeah,
Destiny also changed so dramatically so many different times. Like, I feel like a lot of different player bases felt abandoned at different times by the game. At
yeah.
I think
PvP
so.
community comes to mind like so easily, because at one point it looked like they were gearing up to make that like a competitive PvP environment, and then they just abandoned it.
Yeah, my issue with that, quite honestly, was honesty. Like, if they had been honest after, Forsaken dropped, if they had said then, "Hey, just so you know, I know that we just dropped tons of maps, new game modes. We totally revamped Trials of Osiris and brought that back. Like, But moving forward, we're gonna be taking most of our, if not all of our PvP dev team off and putting them on other projects. If they had been transparent about that, instead of setting a precedent about what PvP is going to look like, expansion to expansion, then I would have appreciated that transparency a lot more than just then we get to the next DLC and nothing happens with PvP, and we're like, oh hey, did you guys like forget that? You guys
we
are gonna do
shoot
some
each
more
other
maps?
sometimes. It's
And the
fun.
problem, yeah, and the problem was they kept making promises. They're like, yes, we do not see a future for Destiny that where PvP is not an integral part of it. And we're like, okay, cool. Because I was a little worried because we just had a brand new expansion, and every expansion going back to D1's launch has had like new PvP maps and new PvP loot and all that business. And they're like, yeah, we know, trust us. PvP is important to us. And then the next DLC came out and there was nothing for PvP. And they said the same thing. Listen, we know, like, sorry, we really wanted to get the PvE stuff through. PvP is super important to us. And they just kept saying that. Instead of being honest and saying, hey guys, there's no PvP team in terms of like making new maps and stuff like that. Like that's not a thing anymore. Those people are off. They're working on other side projects and parachute things and all that business. If they had been honest about that, so we knew what to expect, I would have respected that a lot more than just allowing the precedent to be set early and then abandoning the precedent without any heads up. That was my issue with it.
Yep. And I
Fair.
had the similar thing when it came to like general seasons. I left after final shape and they're like, yeah, we hear you. It's repetitive. It's formulaic. We did this to get content on the door, and obviously it's tough, and they changed the whole model from seasons to episodes, and I was like, this looks exactly the same as a season. You just rebranded it as an episode, and
Yeah.
surprised
I
it
didn't
me,
like the season stuff from the get go. Like right off the jump, I didn't like it. It was so light on content, and it was so many of the story stuff is like, okay, you get a story mission, then you got to go, okay, run strikes for the next hour to get enough materials to run the next story mission, or go run this for whatever. Look, I got sick of the game.
Can I tell you, I was in the summit meeting. It was a smaller group when they pitched like the Destiny Battle Pass formula.
Yeah.
I was in there and I was sitting right next to a guy who now works for Bungie, but he was on the summit with me at the time. He was not working for them. And when they pitched it, like the guy who pitched it to us was so excited about it, and we were all like, nah. And he seemed like really like dejected even that we weren't super on board with this vision. But it is what it is. That's the direction they went. That's what the direction a lot of people went with their content and their live service games. But what can you do? I understand that it is a real struggle. I do not envy anyone who has to run a live service game. Like
No.
that would be a nightmare. It's just you're a hamster on a wheel constantly. And
Especially a
there's no
looter shooter, because like the whole point is to earn loot by shooting
yeah.
things. So what do you sell? Like what do you sell?
That's right. Like I don't. But then you look at other games, it's like that are looter shooters, but aren't live service model, and they do so like the Borderlands 2 community, and Borderlands 3 has already come and gone, but the Borderlands 2 community is still thriving. Like they haul, but Borderlands 2 I see Borderlands 2 creators posting videos every week that get 100,000 views. And I'm like, that
That's
is
nuts.
insane.
Yeah,
That is
that's nuts.
insane. It's not a live service game. They just made a banger product
Yeah.
and they made some banger DLCs and they said, have fun and enjoy it. Right. And the support and patch and make updates as needed. But that's crazy to me. And then you've got live service games that are trying to recreate that experience every month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
But also
I
figure out a
don't.
way to like monetize it. Like
Yeah,
we need to
that's
have
right.
a
But we got to
in-game
pay our people.
store, and we need to sell you
That's
stuff.
right.
And like,
So
what do you sell me though? That like I want to earn the stuff.
Mhm.
Like I want to. It's always been a problem for Destiny. It's right from the get go with the chroma armor. It was like, wait a minute, what are you doing
Yeah.
here? You're selling the stuff that we used to earn. Anyhow,
Destiny.
Destiny,
Great
Destiny
game.
talk.
I will
But
listen.
You need a Destiny
I will
3.
never cheer for Destiny to fail ever
No.
because I love that world, the people that made it, and the characters, the space, the lore, all of it. I think is just a super cool game all around. So I'll never cheer for it to fail,
No,
even
my
in its
kid
worst
plays it
moments.
constantly. He's 8 hours a day. Loves
Oh,
it.
really? Love
Mhm.
that.
Loves
That's
it.
cool.
And he didn't
You know what
play
I
any
think?
Destiny 1. Didn't care at all.
You know, I think would have changed, been a positive impact for Destiny in lots of ways, is actually having another loot and shooter competition, like proper first person loot and shoot competition that did well. Because I think the people that
Well, if you didn't
didn't
ruin
like
Anthem,
Destiny
we would have been okay.
would have left. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's no, if you really like first person loot and shooters, there's nowhere for you to really go.
Yeah.
There's no replacement, and so you end up staying there and just being unhappy.
Yeah.
And if I did have competition, they might have done something different as well.
Maybe.
They might have put more investment into
I
it,
mean,
and
it's a
rather than
pioneering
trying to
game.
start again.
Like it always has been. Like, and they've been
Oh yeah,
leading the way. And sometimes they've made huge mistakes, but they also made huge. They've had huge. Like I'll never forget Trials of Osiris. The first year of Trials of Osiris was amazing to me. It was like, oh my god,
yeah.
everybody gets to be a competitive gamer, right? Like everybody gets that feeling of like it's on the line.
It was playable and watchable. Like
It was
top of the Twitch directory, like back in early Twitch days, like nothing was getting views like Trials of Osiris back then was getting views.
It was so fun.
I remember, I won't name their name, but I remember sitting down and having a drink with another streamer who was a huge Trials streamer when Trials first launched, and he was like, I went from waiting tables to when Trials of Osiris launched, I made $200,000 in a year, and I didn't know what to do with myself.
I hope he saved it.
Say what?
I hope he saved it.
No, he did not. But that's
Bummer.
neither here nor there. That's why I won't. That's why I won't name him.
I hope the Lamborghini was fun.
Yeah, that's right. It was like, you remember that? I think it was a Super Bowl commercial years ago when it was MC Hammer doing "Don't Touch Us" in front of his mansion with the Lamborghinis, and then there's like this hard pause, and then they're like towing the Lamborghini away. It's that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll never
guys.
forget my time with Destiny. I'll never forget the time in the community, streaming it every day. I was having a blast. I honestly was.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Playing, meeting so many cool people, like having so much fun, going to like conventions, and it was amazing. It really was
Hosting
amazing.
meet and greets,
I'll never
man,
forget
all
it.
that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
But
like
the game
golden
itself
years.
was so fun too. It was a broken mess. It always was a broken mess though, from the get-go,
Yeah.
from the
Oh
jump.
yeah.
But
remember
Mythic
Mythoclast in PvP when Vex Mythoclast came out?
Yeah.
Or Pocket
Oh my God,
Infinity? You remember, people freak out about fusion rifles with 2 shots in them today, but do you remember Pocket Infinity with 21 ammo just going across the map?
I loved it.
Oh man. Those are the days, dude.
Outstanding. And
if Bungie can recapture that, and I've
think
been on this
people,
train
though,
for a
that
long time.
They're having fun now. Like,
oh yeah, the Destiny community. Let's not kid ourselves. The Destiny community is still a strong and vibrant community.
Yeah.
Whether you like them or not, whether you find them toxic or not, whatever. But there's still a ton of people that love playing Destiny.
Yeah.
And I will never be one of those guys who's like, people still play this game. You know what I mean? Like those people are a pain in the butt, but of course people still play a game.
After playing like a whole bunch of other games from Warframe to Division 1, Division 2, going back to Anthem, you can see why Destiny had success for so long. Like the core gameplay loop and like even the enemies, like all the other games I've played is like, oh man, like I know everyone's kind of sick of the same enemies in Destiny over and over again, but like they're really good enemies. They're really good enemy designs. They're really well named. They've got different combat flavors that you have to do different stuff to avoid them and counter them. And that feeds into how good the loot is and how you get different loot and you get armor and you got web perks on it. Like it has that formula really down pat. And it's had that for a long time.
I feel like a lot of like its current competition is caught up as far as shooting feel goes, but there was a good like 6 or 7 years where it was the best feeling shooter.
Yeah, true.
out
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
It just
Sure.
was. It felt good. Can we talk about the Switch 2 a little bit? Because I think this thing is weird. Mylan, you got one?
Okay.
Do you have one TV?
I don't have one. No.
This is a weird device, man. What do you think about this? Just the hardware
It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable at all.
with the Joy-Cons, you mean?
The hand, like if you're holding it like undocked, like these
Yeah.
things just dig into your palms. Like
I mean,
it's
I
not-
didn't. Did you find the first one to be comfortable?
No,
No, I didn't
I
expect
thought
it
they
to
might
be
have.
comfortable.
I thought they might have improved on the formula.
No. I mean, it looks exactly the same to me. Like,
I mean, I was surprised with the like the screen size is noticeably bigger than the.
I
than
really like the
first
screen
one.
size.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the screen size is good. I mean, obviously, it's a lot more sturdier that the Joy-Cons like attaching. I think that's also
Yeah.
fantastic.
was the
But I
thing.
mean, it's not a comfortable handhold, which should be a priority, to be honest. for
Yeah. You
holding
shouldn't have to
something
buy
like
a
this for-
third-party device to make it comfortable to hold.
to make it comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And apart from that, like I've only played Mario on it, so who knows?
Yeah.
mean, I was
am
surprised
looking
with-
forward to some of the games coming out, even next week, right?
What's coming out next week?
The Donkey Kong game is coming out next week.
Oh, that's right. The one with the singing chick.
Yeah.
Pauline.
I saw the trailer for that and I was like, this actually looks kind of fun and playful. Well, but when are they gonna do a new freaking Banjo Kazooie? That's what I want to know.
Wasn't that developed by Rare? Didn't they just get laid off?
Yeah, probably.
I think
well,
Microsoft
they
just fired everybody who works at Rare.
Yeah, they were working on Perfect Dark, and they got
Yeah.
I
shut
feel
down.
like a new Banjo Kazooie game, if they could get the rights to it, would be a great Nintendo title. They got the money.
Yeah.
Don't you
Well, they
think
did
a
that.
Banjo Kazooie game on a Switch 2 would be?
They did that spiritual successor one that didn't do well.
Ukulele?
Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
is it ukulele?
I feel like that like era of like the 3D platformers, like the N64 style, like you had
Yeah.
Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo Kazooie, like there was a bunch of them, and I feel like the only one of those that really survived was Mario.
Yeah.
They don't make games like that much anymore. Although Donkey Kong Bonanza does kind of
Donkey
appear
Kong.
to be sort of like that.
It does sort of have that
Hmm.
vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Astrobot on PlayStation did well, so
that's true.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that did fantastic. Okay, there's another thing about the Switch. How did they see Astrobot on the PlayStation 4 and then
Oh, yeah.
release that $10 game? I don't even remember what it's called. Do you
Fucking-
remember what it's called?
no, it's like
Learn
it's
about
just
your
like
Switch.
Learn about your Switch mini games.
Yeah.
for $10. Yeah.
Like, what in the hell?
I wanted to buy it on day one to show chat, and everyone convinced me not to waste my money.
Like,
so
no, dude, don't.
You're only encouraging
I was
them.
like, for the content, come on, for the content, we'll buy this $10 game and fuck around it.
I bet I could get a $20 video out of this.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yep.
I do think
What else do you wanna-
the Joy-Cons are more comfortable, I think, than the original Joy-Cons. The Joy-Con 2s are
Mhm.
more comfortable because they're bigger. So like
Yeah.
they are a little more. Like the thumbstick is bigger. Like the whole thing is a little bit bigger. It is more comfortable. I would agree with you though. It's not that comfortable though. It definitely runs hotter, and it doesn't. The battery life isn't as long as I would have hoped either. Have you
Well,
played
a
much
couple
in
hours.
handheld? Yeah.
What do you
couple
get out of
hours
it?
at best?
Oh man.
Couple hours you get in handhold. No, only a little bit. I mean, I've got nothing to play on it. Like, so I did a little bit of, if I'll see a TikTok with a shortcut for like Mario Kart, I'll just practice time trials on the couch. Like, and that's as much as I use it. I was
Yeah.
using it every stream to do some Mario Kart races, but then it's not fun to play Mario Kart on stream. So
It's not.
no. Well, I do 3 races of Mario Kart every beginning of every stream just to get everyone excited. Warm up the stream. We put the bets on Twitch. You can gamble on the top 5. They can bet their channel points on if I'm going to get in the top 5 or not. but it's just like it's such a dice roll when you do 24 players in a straight line. Do you know, it's like no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe it's nothing to do with skill anymore. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did launch with a lot of software. A lot of it is like ports from other systems. So, and I've played kind of all of them that I kind of wanted to, except for Path of the Goddess, which was kind of just like I had seen when it came out, but I hadn't gotten a chance to play it. Like the Hitman game is on there, but I played that to death on PC years ago. What is it? Cyberpunk is on there, but again, played that to death years ago. I mean, there's a lot of games that it launched with, but a lot of them are relatively old. So, you know, I am waiting for some more software. I do like Mario Kart is kind of more fun than I thought it would be, especially after you described it. But mainly I just play it like kind of while my wife is watching something boring on TV. I'm just sitting next to her playing Mario Kart.
Yep.
She watching her soaps.
Yeah.
I will say, my wife, I'm not like a medical drama guy, but she was like, "You got to watch a show with me. It's a medical drama." I'm like, "You know, I don't like medical dramas." She's like, "No. So it's real good. It's real good. It's called The Pit."
That's a good show.
And I was like, "Okay, we're gonna do another one now. Go ahead, cue up the next episode. Let's keep going." I was like, "Oh yeah." Then I was into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
We were watching what is the Star Wars animated series called?
Which one? Rebels or like how recent? New?
No,
Old?
it's pretty old. It's pretty old.
Clone Wars?
It might have been Clone
Clone Wars and Rebel. Yeah.
My wife watched it all the way through with our kids,
Uh-huh.
and now she's kind of like she wants to like kind of rewatch it, and I
Yeah.
find that show to be very boring. Clone Wars. I think it is Clone Wars. Visions is okay.
I think I will die on this hill that I think Rebels is a better show than the Clone Wars were. Clone Wars were great if you like lore. Like it's good stories in there. But
Yeah,
I thought Rebels was a better show.
I've heard that you got to get through like the first 3 seasons of Clone Wars.
It's like 50 hours. You got to get through 50 hours, man.
50 hours.
It gets good.
Can I just skip it? No, then you won't know what's happening.
No, they'd be lost, man.
Anybody else got anything they want to bring up?
No, I think that is it. Anything we're looking forward to? I think it's just
Borderlands
grounded
4,
two for
baby.
me.
Yeah, Borderlands 4.
4.
So they released a
Bonanza,
new
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
They released a new Borderlands sort of narrative trailer. I think it was just today, wasn't it? I think it was literally
yeah.
today.
Was that today?
But but it showed off one of the characters, the Siren, this time around. If you're familiar with the Borderlands world, it was sort of like lore shattering. It's like, ooh, is what we thought true not true anymore? Because the way we understood it was that sirens were born sirens, and there's only a certain number of them, alive at any given time, right? So when one dies, another one is born to sort of take their place. But this time around, it's like girl working retail. It's very Borderlands, right? She's working retail. It's the Black Friday sale goes live early. Her boss is like that. Well, all these people start flooding the store, and he's like, "Well, good luck," and he like offs himself. And she's like, "Ah." So, anyways, it's like during the chaos of this moment where her siren powers manifest, and she looks like she's maybe 18 years old or so, right? Young gal. So not a baby, not born with siren powers, and she accidentally slices everybody in the store to pieces, which is cool and Borderlandsy. But anyways, so it's just sort of like, okay, well, when was that? Was like that the moment that, I don't know if you guys played Borderlands 3, but we kill a siren in Borderlands 3. Was that the moment that she died? So there needed to be a new siren to take her place, and it ended up being this chick. I don't know. So if you're into like the Borderlands world, there's a lot of like fun lore discussions going on right now in the subreddits and online. So that's kind of fun.
Nice. Yeah. Granted 2, and also Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. I know Watts is that's end of July as well.
And then
It's a Souls
Ninja
like.
Gaiden is end of July.
Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound. So is that just a
Yeah.
demo at the moment you can play?
Yeah, the demo is fantastic, but the game comes out end of July.
I'm also seeing Super Vive comes out at the end of July. I don't know if that is still accurate. That was like that League of Legends Battle Royale. Don't know if that's still
Interesting.
planned.
Did you guys watch the Ghost of Yotei PlayStation thing today?
I started watching this morning and couldn't watch all of it. I saw a tiny
watched.
bit, not enough to even comment on.
All right, we'll
Looks cool,
talk
though.
about that next week, especially with Watts coming back. So want to talk about that.
Well,
for sure.
next week's the charity thing, yeah.
Charity
Oh
stream
yeah,
next week.
that's what we got to look forward to. We're doing the charity stream for GCX.
Yeah, be here
Mhm.
next week, a week from now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's gonna be fun. You can watch us
You gotta
do
do
all
your-
sorts of terrible things to ourselves.
You gonna do your donut thing again? I gotta say, like that didn't look like a punishment.
It
Like
was.
sitting there. Oh, pay me money to eat donuts. Oh, I'm
It
having
was-
such a bad
Oh,
time. Oh, my
no.
tummy.
It was
Ooh.
so many donuts. But also, the donuts was only part of it. I had to do 10 squats every time I ate a donut.
That's right. That's right. Sort of
I was
offset.
unhappy.
So did you break even? Did you break even the next day? Did the
Uh,
squats offset the donuts?
No, probably not. I think it takes more than 10 squats per donut.
Your dietitian's freaking out like, that's not how it works.
No. I felt real bad.
Not
Was
bad.
that the same time we were doing the jelly beans?
Probably.
No, I think that was... Where's the donuts 2 years ago? I think the donuts was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Oh.
Or was it last year?
Look, it's
I'll
hard to come
never
up with
forget-
ideas. We've been doing this for a long time.
I will never forget Jay Sniperton for the jelly beans because
No.
I've got a pretty good solid stomach. I've had a whole lot of wide variety of cuisines, but those Bean Boozleds, I
He's a bad man.
legitimately, I was pretty sure I was going to vomit on stream.
They were all bad, but there were a couple of them that were
The booger
horrific.
one was so bad. So bad.
It was the Band-Aid one for me.
Band-Aid was so bad. You're so right. I forgot about that. And you said it, and my tongue immediately remembered it, and I hate you for that.
That was
I was
tough.
like actually gagging.
Yeah, what if we did like awesome stuff? Instead of like putting ourselves through pain, what if we did like awesome stuff? Like,
no
hey,
one's gonna pay
if we
for
get
that, bro.
$100,000, I'll buy a Ferrari.
And you'd be like,
Or one of the kids at St. Jude's. He's like, thanks, but can I get healthy? Here's a car.
Joyride.
You're wrong for even suggesting that, Briar. What a horrible idea.
Pain. We pay for pain.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you got to figure out what. Oh, okay. Here, chat. Get involved. I know this is like if you're watching this or listening to the podcast version or whatever, and you're watching this after the fact. Leave a comment for us. Let us know what you want to see. What are some good suggestions you guys have for donation incentives this time around? Because we do have to like really rack our brains to come up with fresh stuff every year because we do this for so long. So we'd love some input from you guys. What would you want to punish us with, or even reward us with, or like community rewards? Like, did you guys like it when we did the DCP Dungeons and Dragons episode, right? Because that was a charity incentive 2 years ago. We did that, which we had a lot of fun with. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it on your end, but stuff like that. Give us some ideas. Yeah, we'd love to hear.
Would you like to see Mylan just stick a hot poker in his eye?
Groggy.
Yeah, you did Aussie trivia last year, didn't
Oh, I
you?
forgot about that.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, do that again. Let's do that again.
I
Maybe
could
we
do
should
that.
do it
You know
different.
what?
Like,
Can we
different
reverse
segment.
it?
We
Can we
can
do some-
easily merge Aussie trivia with Peak. We'll get to like a checkpoint, and you have to answer questions. And if you don't get it right, just yank
Off you
yourself
go.
off the edge.
Well, Shoey, we did Shoey's 1 year. 2 years ago, we did Shoey.
Yeah.
It was.
I did
and
it
felt
out of
bad
a
'cause-
crock. The taste stayed in my mouth for like 3 days. For $200K, Mylan fights a kangaroo. I like that. That's a good idea. Is that arm healed up? You ready? You fighting strength, Mylan?
I've got to go to the doctor this afternoon, actually. We'll see. I'll ask if I'm kangaroo strong.
All right.
Do you
Should we wrap
do you
this
have
one up?
like Aussie PETA over there? Are they gonna get upset at you for punching an animal?
If the animal
Not
was
from the
attacking
videos
me
I've
dog
seen.
like that guy, it would be fine. If I just walked up to a random kangaroo and ripped one on him, then yes, that would be not very good.
So many of my favorite videos on the internet involve kangaroos, actually. there's one I'm sure I've talked about in this podcast, but there's like this dude like dressed up in like some kind of like big kid suit, like a Barney outfit or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's standing next to a kangaroo. And the kangaroo just like looks over at him, looks back at the camera, and then just like reaches over and puts him in this headlock,
Headlock.
and just starts beating the shit out of the guy. Man, whew, good times.
I think like when God was making animals, he got to the kangaroo and he's like, "I'm gonna put all of my wrath in this animal, all of it."
They look so cute, and then
Mhm.
you see that they're jacked.
Yeah, they are.
It's true.
Oh, there's another one where this kangaroo is attacking this guy's dog. So the guy runs out and he starts boxing the kangaroo. And the kangaroo's like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?"
Mhm.
What a good one.
Mhm.
All right, should we wrap this one up, guys?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back next week. I think we're going to be on 2 hours earlier than the regular time. Is that right?
A little bit earlier. Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
2 hours or is it 1?
I don't know. We'll get
I
back
don't
to you
know
on that.
I can
Check out our
find it
socials. Follow the DCP Twitter page. We'll blast it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Hey, everybody.
Bye. See ya.